Tell me a little bit about your experience prior to using TaskBlink and how you heard about TaskBlink.
I heard about TaskBlink from you.
Gotcha.
You solicit us with the same system. Before that, we basically garnered most of our leads via word of mouth, a lot of word of mouth. Living in a small town, there's very few people who do it adequately or well for that matter. And we dabbled with different types of promotion, Google AdWords, we would run YouTube campaigns, things like that. But nothing had really gotten us, consistent meetings like what we've been seeing with TaskBlink.
Sweet. And about how long did it take you to get your first appointment?
It was probably about 3 weeks. Yeah, 3 weeks before we got the first one that was like a real, like a genuine.
A good lead. And from that point, about how long from the time of your first appointment until you got your first sale?
Oh, probably about a week. Yeah, it's
Gotcha.
a typical sales cycle. Yeah.
So within your very first month, you were able to close a sale with TaskBlink? Is that about accurate?
Yeah.
Cool. And how many deals have you closed with TaskBlink at this point?
Thus far, 2.
2. And what are the total dollar value of those contracts or the deals that you've closed?
Just shy of about $5,000, about $4,800, I think.
Very nice. And of that, what would you say, if you think back to the time when you were just getting started with TaskBlink, when we were having our first meeting, what would you say to somebody who is in the same shoes as that, who has not made the decision to start with TaskBlink yet? What would you tell them about the service and from your experience?
Typically, those are competitors. I wouldn't tell them to do anything. I would tell them to leave it alone. But
that's a valid point. Valid point.
Right.
Let's say they're a business consultant, different industry. Because I actually have branched out since we first started working together.
Okay, good for you. So basically it's just sit tight, be on point, be ready for conversations. They have a tendency to crop up, and if you take your eye off the ball, you lose those opportunities. So it's best to be aware that's going to be happening, and a lot of times it's going to be out of your control when those are happening.
Gotcha. And would you say that this is a numbers game? And for those who are say, hey, I've never had success with appointments, I've been burned in the past, things like that, what would you say to those people?
It's not a typical setter closer kind of situation. It's more of bring a warm lead to the table, you nurture it after the fact. From that standpoint, it's been a lot more, I feel like there's a lot more value in that because I don't have to worry about that third party who's always got their hand out for a maybe. And I'd rather be paying less per maybe than more. And a lot of those setters, you're looking at 200, 250 for what they call a quality lead. And in this particular case, you don't have to fight with them about that. And I've had experience with those people in the past, and by intention, I don't deal with them.
Got it. Walter, it's absolute pleasure having you as a client. And I look forward to many more months of success working with you. And absolute pleasure. And thank you for sharing your feedback and your experience here.
Happy to help.